to get a whole lot better. This story is a submission from Barbados. Well, I guess you could say the encounter happened in St. Lawrence. It's a beach. So basically, homegirl says she was always a critic when it comes to mermaids. She never believed in them. She never had a reason to. And on top of that, although she grew up in the Caribbean, her family wasn't involved in any type of witchcraft, voodoo, or anything like that, or obia. So to her, there was like mermaids, what the fuck? But she said after what happened to her, she would become the black sheep of the family because now she could never go back. So she says she grew up a creative, like she was always dancing and like doing things within her community. She was always into the arts, doing dance competitions and all that good stuff. And she was also captain of her dance team. And at that point, she had already gotten to university. So she's 19, 20. So basically, one day after rehearsal, her and the entire dance team took a little trip down to the beach. They wanted to stay somewhere nice, you know, so they went down to St. Lawrence. And on top of that, it's a touristy area, so why would anything happen? So at this point, it's getting late and everybody done fell asleep but her. So she decided to go take a walk down at the beach. And she says upon getting to the beach, she can hear this beautiful melody. Now, she can't tell where it's coming from, but it was so beautiful. She didn't even, like I said, she was never a believer of like the mystical stuff. So like she would have never chucked it up to it being mermaid. So she assumed somebody from a distance because out there, like, you know, it's not like in New York City where there's buildings everywhere, you know, it's a pretty open space. So if somebody's playing music like at a distance, it's possible that she could hear it on the beach. She says that she couldn't even describe the type of music that she was hearing. Like it almost sounded like whales and like the most talented vocalist of all time doing the highest pitch note that she's ever heard. In the background, even though it doesn't sound like instruments, it almost does. And her, we're gonna call her Chelsea. Chelsea just being so intrigued, is just standing on this beach, just vibing out. It's a good night. She's looking up. She can see the stars. Beautiful. Until she starts to feel euphoric, like she's in love. Like she feels like she wanna start dancing to the music type shit. She says she start dancing like she going in. She doing her thing, winding her waist, doing choreo down at the beach, having a good time. It was just her on the beach, keep in mind. And she's having such a great time. She takes her hair down, she's whipping it, like it is great. She said the only weird thing was she felt like weirdly it was her dancing to something or to someone. And then suddenly she starts to feel watched. Like somebody got their eyes on her. And her being on the beach by herself late at night, she starts to look around feeling a little bit paranoid. She looks around, no one's there. So she's like, yeah, it's probably just in her mind anyway. The music is still going. This is a safe area, like. She said then suddenly the singing intensified. So it went from regular Ariana Grande notes to, I don't know, the highest note you can think of. And it was so loud that Chelsea had no choice but to stop and look into the water. She says now she's looking into like ocean, like an open ocean. And she sees nothing. So she's just like, what the f? She says at this point her heart starts beating. And even though she's starting to feel uncomfortable at this point, she just did not have the urge to leave. And as she's looking out into the ocean, she gets the brilliant idea that she should just go for a swim. Maybe the water will help her shake off some of this anxiety and it'll be fine. She'll just walk back in and it'll be nothing. Again, she's a skeptic. She says takes her pants off and then she gets in the water. She says she gets in the water, she starts swimming around, dipping her head in and like, you know, getting her hair wet. I have my hair wet too for the occasion. She's like dipping her head, coming back up, and it's cool. And she said how everything went down is what truly scared her. Because when she went to go dip herself underneath the water, what she saw, never in a million years did she think that she would have seen that. She says she dips under the water, her eyes close, and she opens them. And standing directly in front of her is a creature. And what she described this creature as is nothing like I heard somebody describe a mermaid before. That is if it was even a mermaid. Anyway, I hate to do this to y'all, but TikTok is not